My guess is Regina. Regina, why did you call the show?
Well, I'm here for a final attempt on saving my marriage.
Final attempt, huh?
Yes. I've been with my husband for 21 years, and we've been married for 10, going into 11 years. And the beginning of the 11 years of marriage, he started accusing me of cheating. You know, first it started out as a lot of arguing and, you know, and a rumor surfaced with a guy that he was working with. You know, so he decided when he go to work, he would go ahead on and confront the guy about it. And the guy told him that he was having sex with me, and it's been over 5 times, so.
Were you sleeping with him?
No, I wasn't.
So this guy just told your husband he was sleeping with you when he wasn't?
Yes.
Why'd he do that?
I don't know, I'm guessing just maybe to make himself look good or to get back at him.
So for most of your marriage, he's accusing you of cheating?
Yes.
And what has that led to?
It's led to abuse, you know. When the guy told him, he came home, and I was fixing the kids some food, and you know, got him quiet, and it's a normal day. And I could tell when he hit the door, you know, something was up. You know, his attitude was different. So he got the kids and took them in the room. I said, okay, well, you know, I can tell, you know, I'm like, he's angry about something. I better get prepared for the fight. So he came in, he told me, he said, I confronted him. And he told me that he slept with you over 5 times. And I was like, that ain't never happened, you know. But before I can get a word in, he started just fighting me, punching me, kicking me, you know. He took me, slammed me on the floor. And he stood on top of my head, okay, and he weighs about 220 pounds. So I was laying, I was howling and screaming and crying. And when he finally did,
he was standing on top of your head.
And he was squishing his feet around as he was standing on top of my head.
I don't know if I've ever heard
this.
anybody
Yes.
have that done to him.
Yes.
But he's standing on your head.
On top of my head, and he was fussing and squishing around, and I was crying, and I was screaming, and I was asking him, you know, what he was doing that for was hurting. So he finally did get off of my head, and I was just laying there. And, you know, I was crying, and it was hurting really bad, so I went in the other room, and I laid down there for a couple hours, you know, and it was hurting, just laid there. So I said, well, kind of filled around after about wee hours in the morning. It felt kind of bulgy, and I went to the bathroom and looked in the mirror, and it was like 5 times the size that it normally would be. So I woke him up, and I told myself I have to go to the hospital. So we left, went to the emergency room. When I got there, they asked me what had happened, and I said, well, when I was getting out the tub, I slipped, and I, you know, slammed my head on the face bowl. So, you know, they was like, okay, well, we're going to take you in the back and get a good look at it. And they said, well, it's what you call a cauliflower ear, what boxers usually get. And so they would have to take and go in and cut the ear and put a tube in there to drain the blood, because that's why it was in triple its size. Right. It was inflated with the blood. So they drained the blood, and, you know, they released me. On the way home, he was like, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. You know, I'm not going to believe anybody over you. I love you. So, you know, quite natural. I say, you know, things was good for a couple months. But, you know, we was back at it again, the fighting, and it got a little bit more intense. It was more regular, you know.
And always over the same guy or
yes.
different guys?
Yes, it was over the same guy. And other people then. After that guy, he started accusing me of other people then, you know.
Right, so he started accusing and have you ever cheated on your husband?
No, I haven't.
Never?
Never.
And you've been with him for 23 years, married 11.
That's right.
You took a lie detector test before and you passed?
Yes,
You did pass. Mm-hmm. And he still didn't believe it?
No.
Like you guys went out, you hired a private investigator, got a test, did a lie detector test, you passed it, and he still didn't believe it?
No, he didn't. He
Why
said
not?
that I paid the guy. That's what we went there for. I paid the guy the money to say that I passed.
He's not working for free.
Yeah, I paid him just to say that I passed the lie detector test.
So he thought that you set the whole thing up?
Yes, I did.
Now, I'm told that you now have started abusing him.
Oh, yes. You know, he got me trained that way.
Let's reenact that. So you abuse your husband? Oh, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, he asked me
just like I was asking about the weather. Is it sunny today? Oh, yes, yes. How did that start that you started abusing him?
Well, like I say, he started back with the fighting and accusing me, and you know, in the year 2007, right before Easter, I was in the kitchen and I was cooking a meal. I think I was sauteing up some seasoning, and I don't know what ticked him off, but he just ran and he had me in a corner in the kitchen, and he was just kicking and kicking and kicking, you know, and I was hollering, asking him to stop. And before you know it, I stabbed him.
With the knife?
With the saute knife, yeah.
With the saute knife.
Yeah, and he
This
backed
saute
up.
knife, isn't that double pronged at the end?
Well, it might have been another. It's just, it was long and skinny. It didn't look like it would, you know, do much, but.
It stuck in his leg, though, pretty good. Oh, you stabbed him in the chest.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And when you stabbed him, what did he do?
Oh, you stabbed me, you know, and he's like, he can't breathe, so.
You're like the master of the obvious in this interview. So what did he do? You stabbed me.
Yeah, he actually backed up, and, you know, I looked and I immediately ran out the house, and, you know, one of the.
Why, were you scared?
Yeah, because I realized that I had hurt him. I thought that it might have was just,
stabbed him.
I had literally stabbed him. So I ran out of the house, and one of the family members called the police.
And what did the police do?
Well, I was fleeing the scene, and they, you know.
Oh, they caught you?
Yeah,
The police chased you down?
They went to the house, and then another one, they must have gave a description, so another one came around and scooped me up and brought me back to the scene. And
female black wearing a chef's outfit.
They did. They gave a description. They did. They gave a description.
So they grabbed you and they arrested you.
Yes.
And you stabbed him because he was punching you, right?
Yeah, he was kicking me, kicking.
With all this abuse and, you know, 10 years of being accused of cheating, why did you stay with them?
Old-fashioned.
You said old-fashioned.
Yeah, I just take my vows.
You take your vows seriously, and then you stabbed them.
Yeah, well.
Is that the old-fashioned way, stabbing?
No, that's not.
I don't remember my grandparents stabbing each other.
Yeah, that's true. That's not the way.
I mean, when it gets to that, I mean, think of that. You stabbed your husband.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he did a lot of bad things to you.
That's
you know,
right.
gave you the cauliflower, stood on your head.
Yeah.
But, like, does that sound like, I mean, you guys have 6 kids together.
That's right. Yeah.
6 kids. They've been together 23 years.
Yes.
You kind of turn the tables of the abuse.
Yes.
And you kick and punch him now, stabbing him, throw things at him.
Yes.
And you do it because he kind of, you say, trained you to be abusive.
That's right.
Are your kids witnessing this abuse?
You know, my 3 oldest kids did, but the little ones, you
Right.
know.
And that's not good for the kids.
It's not.
So you're here today because you want to make your marriage work.
Yes, I do.
And how are we going to do that?
I'm hoping, you know, that he can see that
Did you take a lie detector test?
Yes, I did.
And he knows we're not on the take. Like, nobody's paying me off to say that
That's
you're not
right.
cheating, right?
That's right.
Okay. Let's bring him out.
I mean, it's always you feel it. I was telling people I'm bullcrap about that junk there.
Cheated me. How that's
Okay,
Don't play
swear.
it with me, man.
Don't swear. Don't swear.
Don't do that to me.
Yeah.
On national TV like that.
Yeah, well,
Not on national TV
if
like
you
that.
would've loved
If you
me,
tell
if
the kids, the kids coming with me, and that's that. They gonna come with me, and I mean that. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If you
Yeah.
feel it, they coming with me.
I'm not failing.
I'm not worried about that.
I
You
didn't
feel
fail
it,
it the
it's
first
done. I
time.
mean that.
I didn't fail it the
Whatever you
first
say,
time.
I ain't got time for that.
I don't
I want the result. I ain't got
Yeah,
time. I got time for this with you today.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
problem now.
Oh, yeah, but what
That's
you
the damn
gonna, what
problem
you
now.
gonna do for me?
I do whatever you want.
Oh, you are?
I do whatever you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Pass the check for- and you a
you
sheep.
owe me 10 years.
I owe you nothing.
You owe me 10
I owe you
years.
nothing.
You owe me love
I owe
and
you
respect.
nothing.
Andre.
What?
How you doing?
What?
How you
What?
Nice
How you
man.
doing,
Nice
man?
man.
That's messed up on that. Man. I don't believe that junk shit, man. I don't believe that.
Listen, Andre.
I got too much invested in
Okay,
this.
I know, but that's kind of the point I was just about to make. You just came out here and like, man, I mean, I think if there was some knives out here, you'd be stabbing each other now. What?
It's possible. It's possible.
But
It's possible.
here you guys have been together 23 years, you know, married 11 years. You have 6 children together. How could it get this angry, this violent? You know, here's a woman that gave you 6 kids. She's been with you for 23 years.
But the problem was, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Steve, I was smoking and drinking back then, okay? That was the problem.
Smoking what?
weed
Okay.
and drinking.
So
I was drinking heavy.
you were getting high and drunk.
I was.
And you got abusive when you
Yes,
were getting
I was.
intoxicated.
I'm gonna admit to that, I was.
Did you stop doing it?
Yes.
So if you stopped abusing
Yes.
her,
Yes.
you have stopped abusing
Yes.
her.
She's abusing me now.
I know.
She's abusing me now.
What?
She hit me with a baseball bat, man. Come on here, man. Got me on. Yeah, Virginia.
Okay, but here's the.
I deserved it.
No, you know.
I deserved it.
You asked for it. You got me this way. I wasn't
I
doing that
got
at
you this
first.
way. You was like that already.
Oh, how I was quiet.
I got you this way. I can't train you to be that way.
Yeah, fighting me all the time wouldn't make me
Did you
be.
train me to be that way then?
No,
with your
got
accusation, you
like
don't got
that
time
because
for
you
me.
want to
That's
believe
why.
what somebody else had to say to you
Whatever,
about
man. I
your
ain't got time
wife.
for
You
it.
should
Whatever,
know
whatever,
me.
man. Whatever,
You
man.
should know
Whatever,
me.
man.
You know I
Whatever.
wouldn't do
Well,
that.
you don't pass it out
All
and take the
those
tip.
years,
I'm through with
okay.
you. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. And we don't have to worry about that no more.
And if she passes it,
I've been over backwards for her. I do it whatever she wants.
and no more being mean to
And
each
y'all
other.
can follow up anytime you want to and call and
Well,
check
if you
on.
do, if you
It don't
accuse
matter.
me,
It don't
it'll be a
matter.
divorce.
It don't matter.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
No more. I mean, because you don't want your kids witnessing this, right?
We raised 3 with the violence, man. I can admit I was my fault at the time, but God dog, I ain't doing enough.
You don't want to, and you don't want the 3 kids.
And I don't want the other 3 kids. We about to be grandparents, man, when I'm here with this here.
Well, that right there should be a joyous occasion. You guys have been together so long that now your kids are having kids. You're going to be grandparents. Knock this nonsense off.
Yeah.
Regina, you came on the show to save your marriage with the lie detector test, and you were asked, since you have been married to Andre, have you ever had sexual intercourse with another man? You said no. Since married, have you ever had sexual intercourse with a colleague of your husband's? You answer no. In the past 15 years, have you ever had sexual intercourse with anyone other than Andre? You answer no. And the results are the same for each one of those questions. And the results are that you told the truth.
I'm sorry, baby.
I'm telling you.
I love you, here. It'll never happen again, okay? I promise you that. With all my heart, okay?
Yeah, okay.
I mean it, baby. I'll do that. Thank you, Steve.
You know, I really hope, like, we just went from, like, 2 heavyweight fighters ready to beat the hell out of each other to you guys hugging it out. I hope this stays this way. 10 years is a long time to be going back and forth, like, fighting that way. Like you said, you're ready to be a granddad and grandmother. This should be a joyous time in your life. You've been together for so long. You trust her. She take a 2 lie detector test and pass it for you. What other woman's gonna do that for you?
That's it. I'm done with it.
Okay.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Not only do you have a grandkid on the way, you have a 1-year-old baby, right?
That's right.
The 2 of you.
That's right.
So you still, you got a long way to go.
No.
On both ends.
Really?
Yeah.
We do.
We really?
So you're gonna let us know if he goes back to his foolish ways of accusing you, right?
Yes.
And because you said if you accuse her anymore,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
I called you, Steve, for help because I watch your show all the time.
somebody's gonna watch this and say, you know what, she was brave enough to do that, I can do that too.